Yes.
And
That's you.
that's the start of the podcast right there. See? Look at that. Now on the recording it's going to be like, please shove your face in my ass or something like that. So, yeah, wonderful. Welcome to the RiG podcast, episode number 5. We have SpongeBob, a homosexual, and a guy who's eating chips.
I got chicken nuggets beside me.
Fuck you. I have Pepsi.
I got milk.
Indeed.
I said it.
Anyways, so you guys have topics? Anything like that? No.
Well,
No
I think
topics?
you had a. Well, I think I had a couple of topics. I saw on the media. What was it? Google Glass, I think they're called.
Yeah, Google
Glass.
Glasses. I wanted to talk about those too.
Porn. That's it.
Oh my god, dude! I don't get it. It's like a little. They're not even glasses, right? They're not even.
Yeah, no,
glasses.
it's like a little thin
They're like a
strip.
frame, and then
It's
you
like
have this
fiberglass.
little tiny thing in your eye, and I'm like, dude, no,
Yeah.
no way is that like real. What are you gonna do? Just voice recognition? What if you have wind? What if you have wind and you're walking around and you want to say Google, and it searches up like sex toys? What you gonna do then?
Yes.
Your
Well, no, 'cause
parents
the only thing
look
that'll
up your.
no, the thing that'll happen. You do not mistake wind for sex toys. You mistake wind
How
for.
do you know?
You don't. It's wind's
Oh my god!
You don't mistake wind for anything of that nature. Wind is just white noise. It's not.
Oh, alright.
Oh,
It's
we know what
not-
noise.
it's not
We know what
voice.
noise he's doing.
Yeah, dude. That's awesome.
I guess.
All
I
you
guess.
hear
It
is
is.
like. Oh goodness. Oh, finally, maybe Overlord is gonna get on.
Oh god.
We
that-
were
is that
supposed to have 2 guests. Technically, one guest is late, but that's okay. But the other guest, he's just a little piece of shit and just didn't show up. So hopefully, he's gonna,
I just realized Red Bull position their cans
Oh,
correctly
Ew.
because you drink out of the cap at a perfect angle for everyone else to see what you're drinking. So I'm just sipping away my juice. Meanwhile, all the time you can see the perfectly placed brand and logo of Red Bull.
It's called advertisement.
Wait.
It is.
Let's see this. So.
It's funny because it's backwards Pepsi and it's upside down as well. So you'd have to be drinking it from the other side. That's bad
What?
advertisement.
What? So I have to be drinking it like this? Or like
Yes.
this?
No.
Wait,
You had it right first time.
Screw this. I'm
Yeah.
done.
Well, it's Pepsi. Coke's better.
Oh my goodness, man. This kid.
Coke is better than Pepsi. We were having this discussion last week. I think it was Lewis.
Yeah.
Was it you that said that Coke and Pepsi tasted the same?
Mr.
Speak.
Lewis.
It's just.
Yeah.
I think he's eating. Yeah, he's eating.
Oh. Those big burly men in the background. Oh yeah, drink it down.
I'm back.
Cool.
Oh, now you're back, huh? Punk ass.
I want to see what SpongeBob's thing says. It says, "Oh, come on, focus, camera, focus."
Come on.
Oh, what does this thing say? Because I can't read it. 'cause my
I don't know.
connection's
I'm
bad.
just gonna watch the podcast. So on YouTube, and hopefully.
I can read it, but it's backwards from
Hey, look, Taser is under the sea. They now have
Oh, well,
wood. I never
yeah,
knew
I-
trees grew on underwater.
It's because it gets soggy.
Oh, don't start this again. No. Jesus Christ.
What is
You're
this
the one
new
that
Oh
thing?
started-
my God.
You're the one that
Is this the
started.
new thing?
Oh crap, man. Not again.
There's the
I say that's
topic.
the most stupidest feature ever. Just being able to mute someone for
Yeah.
the whole thing.
So can
It
I
is.
just say something really quickly?
Yes.
We were supposed to have this guy, my friend Overlord. He now changed it to Apex Super, and he was telling me that he already has a Google Hangout, but the idiot forgot probably that he has to be over 18.
Kind of like me.
Tell him to make another one, just like I did.
Make another other one
Hang out, muted. Be right back.
over 18. Oh my goodness, man. Just these kids these days, he was like, oh my god, please let me be on
So
it.
back to Google Glass.
Big ol'
I went on the tangent there. No, I saw that advert for it. It looks really
fake.
It looks like it should be good, but I know it's not going to be good.
No, come on, because this is like their first product. Of course, it's going to be horrible, considering that it has the display. The display is horrible, because it's just like.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to be like a Chinese, freaking Asian person to be. And
That's right.
It's blatant racism. Yeah, it's blatant racism. I said that in a class as well.
How is that racism?
I don't know.
Because you said you had to be Chinese to use a product. Blatant racism. Because you're making fun of their eye shape.
What if you have to be Chinese to use the product, huh? What if you could be Japanese? Asian, in particular. What if you could be Siberian?
I think you need to learn geography a little bit better. Because Asian incorporate Japanese and Chinese.
Exactly, that's what I said. What if you could be Asian in the whole? I know my geography, thank you very much. Alright? I was talking about that Japan is also in Asia. And Siberia is also in Asia. Even though...
Why the fuck are we talking about geography?
I don't know.
Hey, this is an educated podcast.
That was an educated podcast.
It's never going to be an educated podcast.
It's never going to be an educated podcast.
Come on, at least let me have something here, man. Come on. That was such a bummer. I just noticed that my eyes are also very squinty. I could be like a Japanese person.
That is just blatant racism.
I would laugh if like half your viewers were Chinese and they just all unsubscribe from you.
Yeah, you got the Chinese flag rocking there, Lewis, on your...
Yeah. You racist bastard.
Wait, other way. No, wait.
What does UnsafeTaser's little banner say?
I don't know.
Can't read it. He's under the sea. He's losing connection.
Whoa, is that
yes,
Appophis?
We have a guest. Look at this. All hell froze over.
It is the Appophis.
It's the Appophis. What's going on, man? What's going on?
Not much.
Yeah. We were just talking about Google Glasses and how UnsafeTaser finally isn't under the sea.
Yes, he is. He's SpongeBob.
Oh yeah, he's not, huh?
Seriously, you should change it from unsafe.
Wow.
Oh, there is. Oh no, it's just his YouTube link. That's
Look at that.
glowing.
Look at that lanky finger, man. Look at
It's
that.
wiggling about. I think it's harder. Oh, and another person joined as well. Nathan.
Indeed.
Oh, he's black.
Finally.
Oh, jeez, I feel racist now.
Wait, what? How do you feel racist? Well, that's half my jokes going out the window.
This is the first black guy we have on our podcast since we went live on Google Hangouts.
The Knicks. I hate the
Unsub.
Knicks. We're gonna just have to instantly disagree on that. The Knicks are hacks, in my opinion.
Well, okay then.
Well, I can't really talk. He's got the best webcam out of all of us. If you look at it, he's got the best webcam, or probably the best
Yeah, he
connection,
does.
or the best connection, which is the most likely.
God.
I'm actually uploading, so my connection's really shitty.
Why I hate Twitter. Oh no, you can't.
Yeah, I
fucking
can't
do
see
can
that.
you? Damn it!
Because it's a little resolution phone. So does
I can now
said
turn
Nathan
off
speak?
Yes, I do.
Good man. Good man.
Good
Is that a keyboard or a dead person in the back? Like, I
That's
can't tell.
keyboard.
Yeah, I thought so. It just looked like a big, largely wrapped package, so it could have probably been anything. Probably
Hey,
could
man,
have been your next batch of dildos.
Should have said dead person. That'd have been way more fun if you'd have said dead person.
Yeah, it would have been. It was like the foot was just hanging out the sides, and you could see some of the hair.
What type of hair? Which hair?
Keyboards have that as well. It's the newest feature. I heard.
Hair?
They come with dead people.
Pubic hair?
Yeah. And buy 2, get 1 dead person free.
Wow.
Oh,
He's like, hell yeah, I wish I got a better deal now. He's looking for that deal. I'm sure you can find it on Amazon or something. That's like, spend £50, get a dead person free. That's the kind of thing.
And it's
that
like,
they
you
offer
know,
now.
screw the new PS4. I want some dead
Yeah.
people.
Well,
They did that. Like a lumber mill in I think it was like a lumber mill in Russia. Basically, if you bought like 2 trees worth of wood, you got a free goat. No, you got a free sheep. Sorry, it was a free sheep you got. And then I made the joke to my friend that if they had that in Wales, it would just be the best thing ever. If they had that in
See,
Wales,
in
'cause-
Soviet Russia, we have very, very good financing options. We have credit, we have debit, everything is available, even cheap.
This
So-
guy's Polish, so you know that's pretty much the same thing. Or
Yeah,
there's that
man,
racism.
we're like neighbors. Come on.
Yeah,
at least
neighbours.
at least Overlord's house looks better than Taser's pineapple under the sea.
Straight after.
Hey man, I wouldn't be talking with your big burly men in the background.
Where are you right now? Where are you right now?
I'm
I
in
see
my.
that. I see that you got the guitar in the background. What's
Yeah,
going on
I
there?
have a guitar. It's a crappy guitar. I have a good guitar in a case, but
What's that
yeah,
to the other side? To you? Is that your bed?
That's
Have
my
you
it's
bed.
got a
It's
style?
the Pope.
you know?
He's got the Pope. The leader of Kitty Fiddlers right there.
Hey, don't talk about him like that. He was Polish. Man, he deserves some respect.
So now we know why
he
he
still
quit.
touched kids, regardless of his
Who
nationality.
cares?
He still
Who
touched
cares?
kids.
All right,
See,
my
the
neighbor,
past-
People are talking
he
shit
touched
about
kids,
it.
and nobody judges him. Okay,
He
nobody
touched me
judges
on,
him.
That's why.
That's 'cause he's
why.
retired.
He's
That's because he's retired. That's why. So.
You guys are racist towards freaking
We're
pedophiles.
racist. You're the one that was going on about Chinese
the,
people.
the Chinese being squint eyes, you know, like flatliners. You know, getting them set. They've got like flatliners as eyes, you know. It's like Brock.
I was
Just you're saying
telling
the whole.
the truth. What do you want me to do? I'm
Not all
telling you.
Chinese people.
Chinese
That-
people,
that's-
Asians can use Google Glasses because they have small eyes.
That's
They
just
could
the
see it
nail in
better.
the coffin right there, man. That's just. That's
Oh.
blatant racism to the max.
I'm telling the
I
truth,
think
man.
Google
what do you want me
Glasses
to
are
be?
shit.
They
They
do.
do, they do. I think they intended it to be used as a kind of like GoPro kind of substitute, but it's never going to happen.
No, you know what
Never.
they want? They intended it to be. What the reality of it is that they wanted the Google Glasses, since they cost like $1,000, to be like on a pedestal. And you know how some people have a collection of art? They're like they bring the guests around their house, they give them a tour, and they're like, oh, this is my Da Vinci painting. Oh, and these are my Google Glasses. Look at that, brand new, never used, and they keep on
Yeah.
walking. That's their intention.
I think they have future in mind. Like, we see it a lot in futuristic
Yeah.
movies where images are projected everywhere, but the implementation of it sucks
It's
because
it's
the
gonna be
technology's
horrible.
just not there yet.
Yeah, the technology's not there.
Yeah.
And as soon as I mentioned this to my
And
friend,
I got
my
no
friend-
use for that shit, man.
Yeah,
Like,
Well,
who's actually
well,
gonna use that? What are you?
you're going to
gonna
take
Asians.
that back in a second. You're going to take that back in a
Asians are gonna
second,
use it.
my good friend. Because as soon as I mentioned this to my friend just had the straightest dead face and went, porn. And I went, good. That's true. And that's true. Seriously, you will be when it comes to that time where, like, you know, there'll be like the iPad and kind of maybe 1 in every 5 person will have one and use them in public. There's be just a guy, you'll be sitting next to him on the train, and he'll just be like this. He'll be dead as a fucking goat, just sitting there with his Google Glasses on, just looking, and he'll just look at him and go, "You're watching porn, aren't you?" He's like, "Yeah." How did you know? And it's just like, and it's like, how did you know? And he goes, "Because that's not your cell phone." You know, it's that kind of relationship. I think people
Dude,
have
but that would
with
be
Google
so
Glasses.
awesome, because
I
you know
bet
how
you
some
could
parents
watch
go
porn
through
on
your
it.
phone.
It would be so awesome
You
that you
can't
could
do that.
tell when people are watching porn.
Because
That's
they get a boner.
well, no, that's what you just said. That's what I'm saying. You said that would be awesome that you could tell. It'd be rather weird, I
He's just
think.
casually fapping.
No, I was talking about that your parents wouldn't check you.
Usually.
So you just get some Google Chrome on there, get some incognito windows.
Oh fuck Google
And-
Chrome.
You're so out of your mind though if you don't think that they're gonna find a way to build it in to track what the fuck you used your Google Glasses for. Like, there's so many apps that you can put on
Yeah.
cell phones now to track what your kids do. If you
Oh.
think that you're gonna get away with the Google Glasses, you're a little
Hey
lost.
man, my parents don't speak English, so I never get tracked, bro. I have everything on there. I have favorites, bookmarks.
Oh, you fucking drug dealing after dark here.
Yeah.
Hey man, YouTube is my second career.
God. Yeah, no, I remember someone saying that to me. They were like, I think they said it as a joke, but it was like, oh, I hate my new phone. It makes me feel like a crack dealer. And they were just like, someone said to them, yeah, why is that? And he goes, because I sell crack using it. You know? So that's how I sell crack. I was just like, it doesn't work.
I hate them.
I have a strong feeling that was UnsafeTaser. I have a strong
It
feeling
is
that
the
was
fucking
SpongeBob over there in the
little
corner.
bastard. Gary,
It's
forget that.
There's Gary Glitter over there.
We're gonna get Squidward over there, and he's gonna shove his clarinet so far up your ass you won't be able to walk.
Yeah, it won't be cool.
Oh, fuck
Yeah, that
off.
was a bit dumb.
You won't be hitting that anymore.
Yeah, I can tell you that for now. I can tell
I'll
you that
shove
for now.
fucking Patrick's cone heading up down your fucking throat.
Yeah. So Nathan, being awful quiet back there. Well, not back there, just just
Our
there,
black friend.
along there. Well, he's along there for me because I'm at the end.
You
I'm always
notice
at the
how,
end.
how
Why am
you
I
can
always at the
only
end?
tell where he
You are
is.
always at the end.
Why am I always at the end? Is it just the time that I joined, or
I
it just
know,
Yeah,
no,
it
no.
is the time you joined because
It's-
they
you're
come.
at the end for
They
me.
come up.
Sean is at the end for me. UnsafeTaser is at the end.
Oh.
Yeah, but the other.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's always, so Josh is always on the left and Sean is always on the
Yeah,
right.
Taser's always
I'm
like on the
always
far
in the
right.
middle. I know
This
that
is always
Lewis is
order.
always either next to Matt or me, and
Mhm.
our fellow black friend is just,
Never been here before.
yeah.
Every
Yeah.
time I've been on this podcast, the order's been the exact same.
Oh, that's worrying. That is worrying.
Google
That just shows
knows
that
that.
shows that we're prepared.
Damn.
And I usually join late, so I don't know why it puts me in the middle.
Yeah.
Because you want to be next to me.
It'd be
Hey,
funny
we
if
gotta
like
keep that pedophile
Taser.
shit minimum.
Is there a way we can stop him using them sounds? It's so fucking annoying.
It's funny
Oh,
because
fuck.
Mick's got a paedophile on either side of him. He's got the Pope on one side and then Nathan on the other.
Yeah.
How long before? No, he can still use the sounds. He can still.
Can I
Damn
just
it.
say one thing? Lewis mutes Sean, and suddenly you just see him smile. He's like,
Yeah, and then Sean mutes everyone because he didn't know who did it.
and he's just like, screw you, screw you, screw you, screw you.
No, I heard about that. You know, the Warzy, worst game ever. Yeah, we can agree on that.
I don't
Yeah.
know what you're talking about.
The fuck is
Do you
Warzy?
know?
I never
do you
played
not
it,
know
but-
what Warzy?
From what I hear.
Yes, from what you hear. Yeah,
Pretty bad.
Do you know their customer support was horrible. Basically, what they did for this was rumors, but it was very well backed up. It was never official, but this was very well backed up. To stop hackers, they just banned a lot of people at random to scare hackers.
Fail.
So they without
Epic fail.
any authority or evidence, they would ban about 100 players at random. When hackers got hacker activity was on a high, they would ban like 100 accounts just to scare hackers, and it never worked. And
That's
so
a fail.
there was people just thinking that they would. It was horrible because people just got their accounts banned, and then people that wanted a refund for how bad the game was were threatened with being put on a global payment blacklist, so you could never pay for anything on the internet again. And I'm just like, that was
That's
horrible.
crap.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
the
my
people
the
that
big refund thing was I guess
Yeah.
Warzy false advertised that a bunch of shit was gonna be in the
Yeah.
game and that the game was gonna be a certain way. It came out and it was 100% different.
Warzy is. I can rant about this forever because I looked forward to Warzy because I thought it was going to be a huge game because I love those types of games. Like it's really hard to say, but I really love Daisy. It's probably one of my favorite games. But
Oh,
when
go
Warzy
suck
came
it.
out, it's so horrible because Warzy said that there was a 100-kilometer square map. That was the base. That was the base size map. Guess how much it was. Guess what the size of it was.
What was it?
10 square kilometers.
Oh my goodness, holy crap. Take him to the foot, man. Oh hell no! They
I
just
don't
mess
know.
with your mind.
I don't know if that was a typo. I don't know if it was a typo or if they said that, but someone would have recognized it. They would have changed it. Yes. They also said that their servers could hold up to 100 people. Yeah, in all of the EU servers and all of the US servers could only hold 50.
Oh hell no! Now that's just crossing the line right there.
Fuck up.
No, we are not no. Okay, man. We need to cooperate. Let's make a YouTube video about this. This is just too much.
Before we make
They already have. They already have.
All right,
I can.
all right.
I can tell. I didn't buy it because I knew how bad it was. Total Biscuit made a video called "The Bore Z," like as in boring, and he covered all the points perfectly in a 40-minute video, and it describes exactly why you shouldn't buy the game. He bought something. The worst thing about the game is that they introduced microtransactions into the game within its release. So it was released at the same time, and they had microtransactions in the game. So you could potentially spend real money on buying a weapon. They didn't have guns in it, which was good to them. They had melee weapons to start off with. They never put guns in the microtransaction system, but they still had money in food, which was horrible, because that's kind of defeats the purpose of the game. So Total Biscuit bought a spiked bat with real life money, went into a game, spawned. Someone also spawned beside him in this 10-kilometer square map and killed him instantly because their character model hadn't spawned yet. So he lost something instantly and he couldn't get it back. That's how bad that game is. That's how bad.
If you pay for it, I think you should have it forever. I mean, that's just how it should be. That's bullcrap if you pay for something. Like I used to play Team Fortress 2. And I was like, oh man, this is a pretty cool game and everything, so I bought a couple of things. And if I died or something happened, like my character suddenly lost some points and suddenly I don't have that gun, I'll get pissed. I mean, I'll write a letter. I'll have a BS.
Well, I'm proud to say that I've spent over 270 hours on TF2.
Damn.
Yeah, that's from a 3-year gap because I paid for it in 2009, so I would have been 11 or 12. But yeah, that was like my favorite game, and since 2009 I have spent over 270 hours on it. That's
what you call a no life.
I got a question for Overlord.
I'm just saying.
Why?
That's how many. Yeah, but that's sorry. 1 sec, Bliss. But some people have spent over that amount of time on Black Ops 2, and it's been less than half a year, and I've spent that time on 3.
Yeah, I was just joking around, bro. I seriously, come on. I have I think it's like 46 days on Modern Warfare 3.
That's horrible.
Damn.
Yeah.
Fuck that! I only broke 2.
Liz, that's your
I only have about 9 days in that game. On for 3.
You guys are mental. I would never play.
Sorry, you had a question, Liz.
Right, I was
Overlord.
very depressed. Okay.
Overlord,
I won't talk about my depression. Talk about your question. Alright. Cool.
Right. Overlord, why are you wearing headphones with a hat on?
Okay.
I do that.
I don't know.
Okay, I'll answer your question for him.
Yeah.
Alright, since he's black and he has a dark background behind him, you're not going to be able to see him. So he puts on a hat
so
that you can see where he moves.
That
Micztor, this is why you get beat up at school. Okay? This is why you get tricked into going to the boys' bathroom and you get cervically butt pounded. Okay? This is why this stuff happens. Just letting you know.
How do you know?
Because he goes to your school. He's undercover.
No, he's the one who's probably cervix butt pounding me.
No, I think I'd feel it, man.
Plus, I'm invited with on the hat on.
So you pound me with your cervix or your butt?
I think no, I don't.
So are you saying you have vagina?
What?
Are you implying that you have a vagina?
Look at his face.
I don't think so. I'm afraid.
I've seen giraffes longer than that.
Well, you just told me that you will cervix pound me or your cervix with my pounding.
Why are we
in my
talking
butt.
about gay shit? Alright.
Yeah, this
Hey,
is
it's not gay. This is completely
Cervix
straight.
pounding is actually the opposite of gay.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Technically.
Do you
You
even know what a
talking about
cervix is, sir?
Don't call me sir, boy.
Young man.
What the fuck is cervix pounding? Someone explain.
Alright, so
To
a
me, it
cervix.
sounds really
I'll show a picture for you
No,
guys.
do not show me.
Oh no, this could go one of two ways. It could either be scientific or a blue waffle.
Blue waffle. Yeah, somebody actually told me, like, I remember my friend's like, hey man, did you ever search up blue waffles on Google? I'm like, no, and he's like, dude, you should see it. There's
this was
it's
me.
pretty awesome.
This was us.
Yeah,
Last
it was
week.
on the podcast. Yeah.
The first time I searched the blue
jackass.
waffle, I got a waffle that was blue. I didn't get what
Search
people
it up
thought.
again. We'll see.
Cool story, bro. Add some dragons and tell it again.
I'm so serious. Go on Google and type in blue waffle. You see a blue waffle.
Alright.
Or you see some horrible disease.
Yeah, that's like the bottom. But like type in like, I'm typing it right now.
You're gonna get a nice surprise.
Are you ready for this reaction?
Yep.
Let me get.
It's always been the first result for me.
I seen it already a long time ago.
I think you need to take the child lock off.
Ooh, you know what? It might have been safe search.
Yeah. Your mother's protecting you from that disease. It's like searching up
See,
for
look,
AIDS.
I got images for blue waffle again.
I got my waffles. I got.
Alright, if you're searching this in Google, you see a man's hand on it while blue things are coming out. He's like squishing it. It's like doing this. That's what the first thing that comes up.
Okay, I see that. That's the first thing that pops up. But like everything else is just blue waffles and the SpongeBob thing. And Justin Bieber.
So you just proved our point exactly. Twice over.
Exactly.
There's like only one or two pictures of it.
Yeah. No, I love that. No, I love that when people.
Oh Lord. Oh goodness. Oh my goodness. UnsafeTaser is underwater. He's using Morse
Backfeed.
code.
Lost connection.
No,
Let's
No,
go. Come on.
No, it's backfeed from the solar.
He's using Morse code. Oh
SpongeBob's
goodness.
using Krusty Krab's connection. He isn't working very well.
Yeah, as I was saying. Yeah, we're hilarious, man. What was I saying? Yeah, no, I love it when you're having an argument with someone. Not that they're stupid or anything, but then they use an example that proves your point twice over.
I remember when I did that to you, Kurt.
you did.
I got you confused. And then you just admitted that you were wrong.
No. Yeah, no, Lewis. Right, Lewis thought that. Can I tell them about our argument? I think we're talking about different arguments here.
A bisexual person does
Oh
not,
my
like a man,
No.
does not exist.
No, Lewis believes. No, listen. Lewis believes that it is not physically nor mentally possible for a man to be bisexual.
Yes,
not.
it is.
It's
I'm
not.
bisexual.
It is.
Everybody gets quiet. They're
No.
just like.
You're either
We've had this conversation.
you're either gay or you're straight. Done.
That's your
both.
view. That's not everybody's view.
I don't care.
I have. I'm not gonna say nothing.
You can be a bisexual. I'll say a bisexual is a person that if the person sticks their hand in someone's pants in the front, they're happy with whatever they find. That's bisexual.
No, not really.
Yeah, really.
What if someone's
That's a crude way of
married?
explaining it.
and then they just turn gay? Does that mean they're
Yeah,
bisexual? No, that means they're gay.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but that
if
no,
means
like,
no,
if you're
no.
if
But
you're
what if
basically
there's screwing
confused and like
girls
both
and men
sexes
on a
then-
regular basis?
That
No,
means
it's
that they
not
got
girls.
some
He
problems
believes-
to look into.
No, he believes girls can be bisexual. He believes guys can't.
Exactly.
girls can be bisexual, guys can be too.
No,
Yeah,
guys
exactly.
can't. They
Why
can't.
are we talking?
We have
about
to
this?
choose. We have to choose, motherfucker.
Because it linked in. But yeah, no, the way this conversation went down is Lewis said this, and then and then I went, okay, prove it. So he sent me a link to a public discussion, a public forum of a guy. This was a guy's opinion. This was like, hi, I'm a male. I don't think guys can be bisexual either, but it's entirely possible. So I went, So you just proved my point. No, you didn't go anywhere. You're just saying that's another person's opinion. That's not fact. And that's what I'm saying.
You though. It
confused
Alright,
me because I'm like,
so Lewis,
your stupidity.
Lewis, sorry. What do you think those men oiled up in the background, all
fighting
like,
in a
just-
boxing ring, you dirty
Do
little
you think
fuck.
they're bisexuals?
Obviously
Come on.
not if they're
What kind
punching
of
each other
fight?
in the fucking face. Obviously they're not.
They're
bisexual.
not. They're touching. You could see one's man hand rubbing on the other man's.
one man hands. Yeah,
Look
I
at
don't
that,
see
look at
any
that.
physical
Yeah.
touching. I do not
He's
see
touching.
any physical touching.
He's touching. Look at those. They're even. He's stretching. One guy's stretching, and the other one's just like, just all up in there.
Says the child.
There
first,
is no touching, you idiot. Are you blind?
How do they
There
fight?
is
If they
touching.
don't,
Look
if they
at
don't
the
touch each
other
other,
one.
how do they
The
fight?
other
It's
one
a
was just
fucking
cum shotted.
picture. It's a fucking
The other one was just cum shotted, and you could just see like even
You
from
just
that
hit him
just
in the
wiping
face.
off
Are
his
they
face.
touching? No.
Yes, they're touching. One guy's
Where do
arm
you
is
see
like
they're
on the
touching?
other guy's.
Where do you
There's,
see they're touching?
it's blurry.
He's
It's
him.
blurry.
It's
okay?
blurry. It's blurry to you, right? Okay. Well, why don't you fly here, come to my house, and you could see that they're clearly not touching.
Take a
Where do
picture
you
of
live?
it.
Lewis, Lewis.
Where do you live? Where do you live?
Guys, be quiet. Guys, be quiet. Alright, quiet. Right. Lewis.
You're
What the fuck
horrible.
was that?
You're horrible at that. I'm so sorry, but Jesus Christ.
You don't say.
I'm so sorry. But you just told us to be quiet. I was in a heated argument. You tell me to shut up for
A
that.
heated argument about what? Oiled men
About
touching.
burly men.
I'm not touching.
Yes, they are.
Do you
Alright,
see
alright.
any touching in
Apophis.
this picture?
Apophis, do you think these men are
Apophis, you-
touching each other?
Yeah. Do you think that in this picture they're touching each other?
It's hard to tell when you're looking through a toaster.
No.
See, I can actually
no
see the
webcam.
picture. I can actually see the picture. They're not touching, but they
Exactly.
were touching.
Shut your
They
fucking mouth,
were
little
touching.
bastard.
But they're about to touch.
Yeah, he's
They
about
look a
to
little
punch him
close
again. He's about to punch him
They
again.
look
I
a
can tell, but they were touching.
Nathan, I think you should play us something on the keyboard.
I'm
Oh
not-
my
a
goodness.
keyboard?
No, it's a dead person in my background.
I thought it was a mattress.
I think it's got a mattress on
Where were
it.
you when we discussed this?
Alright, shut up,
Oh,
SpongeBob.
oh my god, you have a very nice bed. Is that Tempur-Pedic?
No, it's my mom's bed.
Oh, it's your mom's
You're in
bed.
your
Do you
mom's
use
bed.
that a lot?
Leave him alone, man. You have a picture of the Pope on the wall.
Hey man, you have a picture of two men oiled up and touching
That's
each
not
other.
Punch
so
So
each
shut
stop
up.
us.
other in the face.
That's
Oh
not
my
stop
God,
us
you're
again.
gonna-
Cover in the face. And this
Yeah,
one is straight. Your one is gay. Alright,
I'm not
punch
gay.
you.
I'm so straight. I'm straighter than the pole your mother dances on. Okay.
You're straighter than a bendy ruler. Alright, shut the fuck up.
I get more pussy than the Humane Society. Okay.
Not possible, my friend.
Yeah, it is possible.
Because you are the Humane Society, you dumb shit.
Do you even know what
Apophis.
the Humane Society is?
I don't know any of your American shit, so you know.
I don't know about your burly men touching each other.
That's not burnt if it's American, you dumb shit.
They're not Americans.
Oh my
I'm half tempted to click.
Oh
right now.
my god. Do you know who Rocky is?
No.
Do you know Sylvester Stallone?
Right,
Oh yeah, the guy who can't talk.
Rocky was actually a real
Yes, I'm
person.
gonna wreck you.
He's American. And
The
that
struggle.
other guy
I'm
is
pretty
American.
sure Sylvester Stallone is not American.
The struggle.
He can't
I think he's
talk like a
Italian.
normal American. Yeah.
Well,
Is he
the other
Italian?
guy's American.
I think he's
How do
Italian.
you know? What?
IMDb.
Just because he's black, you think he's American? Racist. It's like calling Overlord an American.
Wait, what?
No, that's racist. That is racist.
I've never seen a site to make we've never seen before. Right, guys,
Yeah,
let's get off the topic. Let's get off the topic, right? What do you guys think about next-gen consoles?
Yes,
Right.
finally,
Xbox
we moved
720.
on to that. Screw you with your
PS3
Xbox
is gonna
720.
dominate.
So far, I'm gonna
PS4
tell you that PS4 is gonna go all apeshit. All right.
Xbox
Freaking-
has got nothing.
I wrote down some notes when I was doing my commentary. So it says Destiny, Drive Club, Watch Dogs, price of console, and then it says Pimp Game. I don't know where Pimp Game came from, but yeah, man. Anyways, who's
What-
excited for Drive Club?
I've not
think
seen
we
the trailer
are.
for that. Yeah.
You're missing out.
Yeah. What do you
I
think?
saw the guy
Appophis?
who was talking, like, notes I touch kids. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's too early to get into a heated discussion about it.
Well,
Because
no,
it's
I'm
kinda
not saying.
like
But what do you think about it? That's what I'm asking.
about next gen consoles as a whole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't. It's hard to formulate an opinion. It's like throwing you in the Special Olympics, right? You're gonna beat everybody because they don't have a chance. And
What are
right
you
now,
doing?
Xbox doesn't have a chance. Xbox doesn't have a chance of any kind of rebuttal because they haven't reviewed yet or revealed yet. So like, we don't even know what Xbox has up its sleeve. All we know is what PS4 has. That being said, I'm fucking stoked right now for PS4.
Can I just
Best
say,
game.
what a troll it would be if Xbox actually released their new console instead of being like, oh, PS4, they're like, the Xbox 360 portable. It's
Yeah,
now
well, no.
slim and portable.
No, I think. Well, no, next gen consoles. I think it should have been out sooner, because I'm a PC gamer. I'm not a console gamer. So I think these consoles have been holding gaming back for way too long. I think that.
Yep.
I think the Black Ops 2 should have been on the next gen. I think it
No,
should
I
have
think
been.
that whatchamacallit, I heard that like they
It's a good game.
what? Oh, I heard they're gonna stop Call of Duty and make a new series for it. Like
That would be good. That would actually be pretty awesome, because Call of Duty is probably the worst game out there.
no, but like
No, it's not.
I would probably have to say it is.
remember how they
What
had
What
game?
If,
They're not
if
gonna
you're
stop
saying that Call of
until
Duty
something
is
better comes along.
Nothing outsells Call of Duty, and you're saying it's the worst game. Well, how? Well, you can talk to these
Because
millions and millions of people buy it, and they will not
because
tell
this
you.
society is idiots.
So
Are
you're
you-
saying that
are-
the society,
so are you one of
the
those
US,
people-
the Australia, the Canadian, the UK, the Scottish, the Wales.
Am I
Well,
one
the
of those
Wales-
people that will bought
the
Micztor?
Wales by Call of Duty?
Yes, quite
Which
a
type
lot.
Call of
Wales.
Duty as a game, as a game, if we look at the fundamentals of the game itself, is kind of broken. It's really
Yeah.
buggy and all this and that. Call of Duty as an online experience
Oh,
is unmatched.
yes.
It is the social game. You get together with all of your friends and you go pub stomp. And that's what happens. And it's fun. The online experience is unmatched in any other
Yes,
game.
I will give you that. It's just the fact that Call of Duty as a whole is just. It's not that it's broken, it's just. It's so
Oh,
repetitive.
it's broken.
Well,
It is repetitive.
it amazes me that some people can sit for hours doing it.
I was
It's,
surprised.
It's because
10 minutes
they're
a day.
doing this, right? It's just like
because
it's
of
just like sitting in a
friendships and people-
podcast. It's just like sitting in a Google Hangout. They get together with their friends and they get talking, and they get lost in the experience and not so much the game.
Yeah,
Exactly. There you go.
that's fair enough. But it's hard to explain why I don't like it. I mean, I like Call of Duty as a series, but I don't think it deserves the amount of money it gets.
what
Well, that's
game do
your
you think deserves
opinion.
it? What game do you think deserves it then?
Destiny.
But we don't know
I-
that yet.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying that Destiny.
Look at how
like,
awesome
I-
Mag looked. Didn't Mag look really cool?
Yeah.
And then it fucking bombed.
Okay. All right. You made your point. You made your
Yep.
point.
I know. Hurt your
Anyways.
feelings while I'm at it.
Okay, so what I was saying before, you guys started talking about, like on the first Xbox, they had Call of Duty 1, 2, and 3, right? And then they made the Xbox 360. They started Call of Duty, like Modern 2, Modern 3, Black Ops.
Modern
So I'm
Warfare.
thinking that next console, 720 and PS4, they're gonna come out with a brand new series for Call of Duty.
I'm actually thinking that that Call of Duty, for a moment, like I had this concept in my head that Call of Duty will never actually die. It will always be there, and it's like a non-ending series because everybody's always gonna want first-person shooters. It's
Exactly.
always addicting, and
Right.
Call of Duty delivers.
Wait,
So-
remember how you saying Call of Duty is broken, right? Like the
Yeah.
people that make Call of Duty right now, David Wonder and all of them. Right, the next Call of Duties, like on the next gen console, are gonna be made by the people that actually moved away from Activision.
Oh yeah, that's good. Well, no, I just think that it's really hard to explain, but the Call of Duty does not deserve the amount of money it gets, in my opinion. But Call of Duty is not a first-person shooter. I would not class it as a first-person shooter. I would class it as an MMS, a modern military shooter, because there's no fundamental game. Because if you compare Doom, I would consider Doom FPS. That is like the original FPS, which a lot of people would off as well. But it just if you compared them gameplay-wise, they're not both FPS, because either that or just the general FPS definition has changed over the generations of gaming. I don't know.
What do you think about Battlefield 3 and FPS thing?
No, Battlefield 3 is probably, I would consider Battlefield 3 an FPS.
Battlefield 3 is a good game, except
you need people to play
I haven't played it in a really long while, and I love the game. It's just somehow not as addicting as Black Ops, because in a whole
It's because
10
your
minutes
friends aren't there.
Well, no, I
It's
even have
because-
friends.
It is. It's not the same. I mean, like, there's just more of your friends
during a
have Call of
10-minute
Duty than they do Battlefield, you know?
Like during a 10-minute match,
Halo.
Battlefield 3, I get on average 20 kills, right? Yesterday, in an average game of Nuketown 2025 double XP weekend, on average we got 50 kills.
Yeah. Well,
All night.
Every game,
But that's
man,
because it's
that was
different.
nice.
That's a different game though, and it's a different
Y-
map.
no,
it's a
but
different
it was just a
environment.
different
Call of
game
Duty's-
because-
Call of Duty is an arcade shooter.
that's-
Battlefield's more of a
But that's the
realistic
draw
kind of
to
thrill.
it, right? That's the draw to it. We like to see big numbers, right? Look, take a bank account, for example. Would you rather see $10 or $100 or
that's
$1,000? You want... No, it's
That's
not. We want big
logical.
numbers. Look
That's
at sports.
logical,
Look
though.
at sports. Look at sports. We'll take European football, so soccer for all you Americans out there. Would you rather see a match played where it's 1-0, or would you rather see it 6-3? 6-3 is way more exciting. It's way more exciting.
Yeah.
The more numbers, the more exciting. So,
1-0.
Battlefield, you're putting up lower numbers. It's a little tough. And
99%
then
of
you
the
switch to
time
Call
you're
of Duty.
running.
You see,
Yeah, then you switch to Call of Duty, and you're putting up massive numbers, and that's why it's more fun.
so why isn't TF2 a big success then? If me and Kirk
is
can
a-
play 10 minutes, we
Team
can
Fortress 2 is probably the most
we
popular
can play
PC
50 to 60.
ever.
So how comes no one actually plays it on YouTube? Or why is that?
What do you
Me and
mean?
Kirk-
What kind of
The
YouTube
audience
do you
is there
watch?
for it.
Where, show
You're
me
just
some Call of
looking
Duty.
at the wrong commentators. There are a bunch of people that play Team
Certain-
Fortress 2
certain
on
commentators.
YouTube.
Not the big ones. Not the big ones. I don't see
Which, like,
play.
if you're looking at the whole COD commentators, then yeah, like, they're not even playing Halo. But if you're
Show
looking
me-
at the
show me
people
this
that
TF2 community.
This-
I swear
okay,
to God,
look, the same
somebody
argument- the
shouldn't
same
have
argument-
posted TF2.
The
All
same
right,
argument
Wes,
can be made
I
for
will do this
platforms. You say that all the big commentators don't play Team Fortress 2. All the big commentators don't play on PC. So of course they don't play Team Fortress 2.
Well,
It's
TV
Very
Not
few
Frag
big
does.
commentators play on PC.
TV Not Frag does. What's this?
It's just
Yeah, you can
social.
name maybe 3 out of the big commentators.
He's not.
Most
He's
of
not
them
a big
don't play
commentator
PC.
though, is he? He's not a big commentator. He's only 3,000 subs compared
Alright,
to
then
what his
maybe
gamer
he's-
tag for the
Yeah,
million.
how are you gonna? We were talking about big commentators, and then you brought in a small one.
Big commentators
so
like
Lewis,
547 Street.
Lewis,
No,
you
that
ever
guy-
hear of this
Yeah.
thing called Yogscast?
Oh yeah, but they only play like the one. They play a variety of games that
Yeah.
don't consistently.
Yeah, but
That's
they played
unreliable.
it,
That's
and they have
unreliable.
3 million subs. So
Yeah, but they played like what 4 or 5 videos and done. But
Well-
they play Fallout and they get to do 4 or 5 videos. Doesn't mean that they're a Fallout commentator. That means that they play a variety of games. They play Let's Plays.
well, yeah, but still, they're
What do you
playing.
mean? But still, there is no but still. Is
What do you mean?
That
Oh,
That
you want me
guy,
to make a butt still?
that guy
Yeah,
that I
but-
just posted in the chat, he's sponsored on Machinima. He puts his videos on Machinima.
Yeah, but he's not like no big guy that you normally hear about.
Well, yeah, because
For you.
well, it's because TF2 is just it's really because it's just that type of game that people that are mindless aren't interested in. Because
Why not? Why not? It's the exact same as Call of Duty.
It's
the
not,
same,
it's
exact
not.
same arcade.
TF2 has mechanics, it has gameplay experience, and it's just more of an enjoyable game than COD. In my
Exactly.
experience.
So
All right,
what?
let me make this argument. Would you agree that you'd rather watch a game that you're playing? Most people watch COD because they play COD. They don't watch Team Fortress 2 because they're never going to play Team Fortress 2. A lot of people that actually watch the gameplay are trying to pick up on things that other people do so they can improve their game.
I watch 2K13 and Assassin's Creed videos, and I hate Assassin's Creed. I hate to play it, and I hate.
Right.
Yeah,
Because you're a big fanboy of the dude who made it.
Most people are console gamers. The PC gamer is the minority. Hands down, the minority. There's probably more PS Vita owners than there are PC gamers.
Like
And
No.
therefore, yeah, maybe not with the Vita. You know, like, so people are gonna want to watch what they can play, and if you don't have a PC, things PC related don't interest you. Therefore, those things aren't as big because the audience isn't as large.
No, the thing that I hate, I mean, I love PC gamers, but I hate arrogant PC gamers that are like, oh
But
my god, what?
TF2's on the Xbox as well.
Yeah, but if it's not big because Valve don't bother to update it on the Xbox or anything. But I just
Exactly. So that means
that's because
that
Xbox players aren't interested.
See, no. Listen,
Well,
I have it from my Mac.
Microsoft charges like $50,000 or some stupid shit to the developer every time they want to put out an update.
Yeah, and Valve don't mind
It
that.
costs the developer an ass ton of money to put out an update.
And all of the patches
not
are
Valve.
coded.
Not Valve.
I want to know if they do the same thing for PS3, because if PS3 charged $50,000, then maybe the updates wouldn't take 2 days.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like, I swear, that's
The
the
only
if
reason
the
PS3
PS4 has updates, like, you know how Call of Duty updates almost every month, like that.
Oh, God.
And if the updates are gonna take a whole day, where I have to leave it on at night, screw that.
Listen.
It's
I'd rather pay for
based
Xbox.
on
This is in
connection.
PS3's defense. Okay, PS3, it downloads at a rate where you can still use your internet. You know when you upload a video, and
But I don't
you
want
can
to use my
barely,
internet. I want to play some PS3.
you can barely use the internet, right? Because you can't play a video or anything like that. You're uploading for an hour or so, whatever how long you upload.
Oh,
Let's say
360
let's say
minutes.
that PS3 is the exact same time to load. You can still use your internet. It just takes a lower priority. That's why Xbox does it so quick. It's because it's got a high priority on your internet bandwidth.
Well, yeah, then make it a higher priority because
Well, what if they don't want to do that?
I don't want to I don't want to use my internet right now if I want to play PS3. I want to play.
Maybe
PS3.
you want to go set up for your recording. Maybe you want to go watch a video first. What about that?
No, but I don't. I'm telling you right now, I don't. I want to play some.
Well,
Black
then you
Ops
better
2.
fucking sit down and wait for it to load.
But why should I sit down and wait for it when Xbox does it so quickly? See, that's what I'm talking about.
Well, okay, you're also not looking at the size of these updates. Typically, updates on Xbox
that's the thing.
40 megs and smaller, and updates on
Yes.
PS3 are hundreds of megs.
Yes.
Why?
That's
just the way it is.
I don't give a fuck about
Because I
PS3.
realised that as well. And then I realised, hey, wait, an update for Call of Duty on Xbox is 2 megabytes, while on the PS3 it's 47. Of
Well,
course
I
it's
know,
Here's the
I know
simple
that
answer. Here's the
the
simple answer.
PS3
It's the
has a different
architecture
program.
of the system.
Yeah,
exactly.
what I
It's
was
the
about.
different architecture in the system.
Yeah.
If they were both developed identically, with the same processors, the same North bridges, and all the other good shit that goes into motherboards, and will confuse the fuck out of everybody.
PS3 would be better.
Then the updates would be the same size. But PS3 did their own thing with this weird cell shader processor that nobody knows how to fucking handle, and that's why the size is such a difference.
And
It's
what
the
I heard is, like, I watched Woody's Gamertag video, and he said that for the PS4, they're changing it back to based on PC, so that it's not going to be a problem, possibly.
But yeah, that's why ports suck. That's why games are developed for the Xbox and they're ported to the PlayStation. It's because of the weird-ass architecture. Now
Unless
that they're both going to be on
That's
the
why
playing
Xbox
field,
runs
This
smoother.
is made exclusively for PS3.
No.
right,
no,
unless
no,
it's
no,
exclusive.
no, no.
Agreed.
No. I've actually come to realise that PS3 has better graphics than the Xbox.
What?
It does.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
Do it
You're
side
on
by
For
side.
me, it does. I record some, some Black Ops on my Xbox, and I look over at my other PS3 shit with same quality, 720, and it's a lot better.
Here's
You
okay.
must
Here's
have
I'm gonna
something wrong.
debunk your
You must be
shit right
happy.
now.
Oh yeah.
Here's
I
the
use-
thing.
oh, yeah, okay.
If you record with the PS3, you have to use component cables. If you record with the Xbox, you can use HDMI. Although it's
My
720
HDMI does not work.
Maybe that's.
Although
I
it's
tried
720,
1080p. I tried 1080p and it looked like shit. It did.
although
it was
it's
crackly.
720, HDMI will always look better than component cables.
Yeah.
Period.
Alright,
It's
hold
a
on.
digital.
But do you get no? This is the way that Sony works, because the thing that's always been is that Sony consoles or just Sony products, they have better like specs, but Xbox will have better software. That's just always the way it works. And
Yeah,
you can't
'cause
argue that fact.
Microsoft.
PS3 has better components than the Xbox. You can't argue that fact. You cannot argue it. But Xbox has better software, which draws a lot more people because it's not noticeable. They're both the same graphically, but it's a better spec, and that's why people prefer the Xbox. It's better software for pretty much the same thing. So there's no point to it.
Most
but,
people prefer
yeah.
the PS3 though because it's free.
Is there a point to why we're
But the thing-
talking
but
about
the-
this?
Yeah, of course it is. Like, this is
What
important
would
news.
you have? What would you have us talk about, Sean?
SpongeBob
no.
Krabby Patties.
Something besides these freaking new video games. They ain't coming out for a while. We're talking about the future. Come on, man.
Well, yeah.
No,
So,
we're
are
talking
you
about-
saying by saying that if the Call of Duty, like for example, last year, Black Ops 2 was released in April, March, something like that. So you're saying they should release it the day before and talk about it and just say, oh yeah, we're releasing Black Ops 2. It's coming out tomorrow. No,
Oh, no, I'm not
it
saying
gets
that.
It
people
doesn't give you
psyched.
time to. It doesn't give you time to pre-order it.
People talk about it like we're talking on the podcast, and it gets a person psyched, and then they give out some more information, and you talk about it some more, and that's like their whole madness behind it. And I personally feel like if I talk about it, I'm gonna learn something new. Maybe I didn't see something that Matt saw, right? And he's gonna tell me, oh man, it's gonna have better specs or something like that.
I've got a good question. Should we pre-order video games?
Yes.
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, because here's the thing. If it's a game you know you're going to want, you know you're going to want to play, like Assassin's Creed. People that play Assassin's Creed fucking love the Assassin's Creed.
I'm talking about
that game, you
more
either love it or
like.
hate.
Sorry to interrupt you, but I'm talking more about games like Aliens, Colonial Marines, that kind of pre-order.
Yeah, I'll get to it. I'll tie it in. Typically, the people that pre-order games know for a fact that they want the game,
Yeah.
right? What pre-ordering does is guarantees you a copy. If you decide on release day that you no longer want that game, you don't have to go buy it. You get your money back because you didn't pick up the game. Okay,
Well,
so
you have to
can always
for like
change your
Best Buy.
mind.
You have to give $5, so you
You
lose
get
$5.
that back. They can't just take your money. No, you get that back. Trust me, I've done it. Shit, you threw me off.
I'm
So
sorry.
yeah, okay. So if it releases and you realize you don't want it, just go get your money back. But what it does is it ensures you that there's stock for you. The reason why we pre-order isn't so much to buy the game early, it's to let the store know how much inventory they need to order.
Fair enough. Well, no, because on PC, right? PC has. Sorry, I realised that this comment would be better for a PC kind of related topic, but the way it works on PC, the way it works on PC, for instance, BioShock Infinite. Who here is going to pre-order or buy that game at some stage?
Oh,
Did
I
they know?
hate BioShock. I'm so sorry,
No.
but it's a horrible, horrible game.
What about everyone else? What do they think?
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I will.
BioShock. I like BioShock personally, and the way that Steam normally works, the majority of its pre-orders is the way it's worked, right? They've just recently come up with this, and this is where the debate ties in for me, because for what they have is they have the pre-purchase awards. Pre-purchase is the same as pre-order.
Right.
The thing, but the difference actually is that pre-purchase means you buy the game now, and you can download it when it's available. You can get your money back before but you're essentially buying the game now. It's not like a pre-order, like $5 or anything. So basically, what they've done now, what they've started doing with big games is the pre-order is, it's really hard to say, but they'll have like a scale. So they'll have 3 rewards. So for instance, with this one, they have the 3 rewards. The first reward is a free copy of BioShock 1. Reward 2 is like a hat for each of the classes in BioShock related in TF2, and the third is a free copy of Enemy XCOM Unknown. And basically the way it works is the more people that pre-purchase it, the more awards you get. So for instance, at this stage in point, only enough people have pre-purchased it so the people that have pre-purchased it will get 1 reward. So they'll get the first reward, which is a free copy of BioShock 1. So basically, if more people pre-order it, the more rewards you'll get. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the problem was they had this same concept for Alien Colonial Marines, which is a horrible game. And the problem is, the thing with PC gamers is that they do this with a lot of standalone and indie games as well, and we have no idea how it's going to turn out. So the thing is that with PC gamers is you need to be. I personally think that PC gamers shouldn't be pre-ordered unless they're big selling titles with sufficient evidence to put beforehand that you can definitely be satisfied with your purchase.
But do you lose anything when you pre-order? Like honestly, are you losing anything?
No, you're not losing anything. You're buying the game. You're still buying the game.
Exactly, but if you're going to buy the game, so might as well pitch in to get that reward.
But you don't know, because you don't know how good the thing is. BioShock, you know it's going to be good because it's going to be a massive, big selling blockbuster game. I don't know if I'm using the correct term, but the thing is, I'm more pointing towards like games like Alien Colonial Marines that I've had maybe a review on GameSpot, not IGN, and maybe had a trailer in Machinima, not that well known, not that many really reviews. Okay, that's what I'm trying to get at. So no one really knew about it that much, and the trailer said it was really good, right? Who here can remember the Dead Island trailer?
I
agree.
We went back.
Before we get too far.
Well, I just don't understand. So it's either, what you're saying technically, at least that's what I'm thinking, is you're not buying the game, pre-ordering the game for the game. You're pre-ordering for the rewards, which is pretty stupid. You should be pre-ordering it for the game, not for the rewards.
Right, and his gripe is when the game comes out, it's shit, and you're out of your money. Here's the thing. That fate is for everybody. If I pre-order for Xbox, if I pre-order for PlayStation, if I pre-order for PC, and I go through with the purchase, then I'm fucked, regardless of what the game is. Secondly, I think if you pre-order digital content, it's pretty stupid. Because, as I said, the purpose of pre-ordering is so the stores know how much to order so that everybody has a copy.
Well, what you
have
can
sufficient inventory. But digital content is unlimited inventory. I understand the thing for the bonuses, but you have to understand that we're all subject to games sucking. And I'm going to defend, I hate doing this, but I'm going to defend Aliens. They hyped the fuck out of that game. Aliens,
They did.
It looked good. It looked amazing. I was super stoked for it. I'm glad I redboxed it. And although it looked like shit, it semi-played like shit, I still had fun playing it. So I wouldn't want to spend $60 on it, but the $8 that I ended up spending on it, that was worth it.
Well,
it's just like Dead Island. Dead Island looked fucking amazing.
Dead Island was amazing.
You can say to any gamer, have you seen the Dead Island trailer? And they can say yes, because I would have to say that's the most vivid trailer I've ever seen, and I remember that. And when I see a trailer, I'd be like, meh, wasn't as good as Dead Island, because Dead Island is the pinnacle of game trailers.
I heard the game was boring. I
liked the game. I loved that game. I absolutely loved that game. I spent over 50 hours on it, and I loved that game. Because
move right and stuff. Because I don't know, I never played it, but the trailer, it made me want to buy it. But
oh yeah, and the fact that I think it was because it really caught a lot of people's attention as well. Because I heard about it off a friend, which I think is how most people. Because the way it went down was that like half the people saw it, and then that half the people told the other half is like, oh dude, you've got to see this trailer, it's about a girl falling out a window and she's getting chased down a corridor, and it's a really cool idea of it going reverse and meeting in the middle. And it's just, I think that works so perfectly well for them as well, that it just, I think overall Dead Island, I love Dead Island. I think Dead Island was like Marmite. Does America have that expression? Not really, because I don't think they have Marmite. Basically, the expression is something is like Marmite. So it's either you love it or you hate it. That's because Marmite is like, Marmite is like a little kind of black gelatine licorice spread that you can spread on toast and stuff, and a common expression for it is oh, it's like Marmite, and that basically means you either love it or you hate it. And I think that's the same for Dead Island, because I know a lot of people that loved it, and I know a lot of people that hate it. I've never really heard anyone where it's like, yeah, I kind of played the first 2 missions, wasn't very good though, and I'm just like, no,
man.
It's kind of all together.
I personally have never played Dead Island, so I'm just like sitting here and I'm like, yeah.
But did that trailer?
I didn't see the trailer.
Oh god, that's
because
horrible.
I'm not like, technically speaking, I'm not a hardcore gamer. I'm just a hardcore Call of Duty player. So all I play is Call of Duty and Assassin's Creed and God of War. That's about it.
Well, what I'm going to say to
don't
you,
branch out into and racing games, but I don't branch out that much. I just play what I know how to play, and that's it.
Then what I'm going to say to you is, I'm going to say, go watch that trailer now and come back and tell us if it made you want to if it made you want to buy the game. Bearing in mind that when this was
can
released,
I just ask you before? All right, is it a scary trailer? Will I scare myself?
No.
You sure? Not even
No, it's grim. It's emotional and grim. It's gory, but
will I piss my pants?
No. This was a $60 release game trailer as well. When this was released, this was a $60 game.
Yep.
Console games, because it's more.
Why not?
It's because I think console gaming is a lot more centered towards bigger games. It's not, because I think console games don't really support indie games as much as they probably should. That's mainly because you can buy them on the store, but yeah.
Right, I'll agree with that, but what is that? Why is pre-ordering on PC more risky than console? Which is your argument?
Because one, you get
Dead Island on PC is the same as it is on Xbox.
I think because there's rewards on PC, which I don't know if I agree with rewards.
I mean, let's look at we're gonna do the cliche. Let's look at Black Ops 2. I pre-ordered it on PC and I pre-ordered it for Xbox. Same rewards.
Yeah, I pre-ordered it as well.
So what's the difference in the risk?
It's really hard to explain, but I keep saying that because I'm really bad with forming. I know what I like, and then I can't form it out in my head. But it's just I think PC gamers just need to be more patient and just buy the games after they see reviews, because that's what it buckles down to, is patience. I mean,
everybody should just do that.
Yeah.
Because that means that I should do it because I'm on Xbox and PS3. So I should also buy the game after it comes out. You know, everybody should do that. So when the game comes out, only the people who have like big money and review them, then everybody else can buy it.
Yeah, regardless of your regardless of your console, I think that just the gaming community should be patient. And I don't even I think pre-ordering shouldn't exist.
Then releasing would be total crap. No one would buy the game on the... Because you're saying no one should buy the game on the release day until IGN makes a review. Well, then that's what's the point?
If you do away with pre-ordering, imagine the biggest game you ever wanted to play comes out. So let's take... I don't know, we're going to make a game up. Game X is the best shit in the world.
Oh, I love that. Dude, that's a awesome game.
Yeah, Game X, man. Oh my god, it's so hyped. They've been working on it for 20 years. Damn. No pre-orders. They're not taking any pre-orders on Game X. But you have to go to the store. You have to go to the store to buy it. right?
And you're
Even for
standing
PC,
all
you
night.
have to go to the store.
Yeah.
You're standing in line 2 days before it comes out because Game X is like a fucking Star Wars movie. People are camping to get fucking tickets
Star
for
Wars
Game X.
sucks.
You waited 2 days.
Shut the fuck
You
up.
get to the front of the line, and the store's like, "Oh fuck, we didn't think there was gonna be this many people. We just sold our last copy." If you'd have pre-ordered it, your copy would be there.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. That's
You're
a very
just mad
valid
because you
situation.
probably someday, once you experience this, that you pre-ordered a game that was total crap.
No,
Therefore
I've experienced my fair share of pre-ordering crap games and pre-ordering good games.
well, then that's where you
Right,
probably got
yeah.
your theory.
I think if you're gonna pre-order, you have to make sure it's a game. Like the only game I pre-order is COD because I
Same,
know I'm gonna
yes.
play COD for a full year.
Exactly, I agree.
I don't pre-order
I
any other
pre-order-
game because the chances of me playing it for a full year slim to none.
Yeah.
What I do is like I pre-ordered Call of Duty. Then since like Assassin's Creed 3 was coming out, everybody's like, "Oh my god, it's such a good game!" So I bought and pre-ordered Assassin's Creed 3. I mean, I even got like the steelbook case,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I'm just saying this is the worst Assassin's Creed ever, because the campaign is short, right?
Yeah.
You
Oh,
come
yeah. I
from
heard that.
Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, and what was it? Revelations,
Yeah,
right?
Revelations.
Where you can buy armor, you can change guns, you could do so much stupid and awesome creative stuff, and then you come to this game, which he gives you one sword, one whatever the hammer thing is, and one more like stupid knife. And that's all you have throughout the game. You don't get more, you can't exchange it for better damage, faster melee.
Yeah.
No, that's all you have. One armor, and when you increase the missions, your health goes up.
Yeah.
No, that's stupid.
Well,
I don't want that.
Well, that kind of risks what you're saying. That kind of risks it into falling kind of an RPG, which maybe they wanted to stay away from.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, like, I played, I think it took me 24 hours because I was so psyched about this game, and I was just playing, and I'm like, oh my god, when will I get to the part where I can unlock this shop so I could buy some armor? Never. I beat the game, it ended, now all I could do was run around and walk on some trees. That's
Well,
it. Can't
apart from
customize.
back to game trailers, I think the only decent modern trailers that keep coming are the Assassin's Creed ones. I mean, I'm more psyched about the trailers for Assassin's Creed than I am about the games. I never play Assassin's Creed
fucking
games.
hate them trailers. Exact
They're-
same fucking
They're
thing.
good.
Alright, Lewis,
yeah,
before
Assassin's
I
Creed.
download all of this, did you play the exact same game on both consoles?
Yeah,
Well,
Black Ops.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
To
because
me,
these-
it looks better. PS3 looks a lot better. Not a lot.
I gotta wait for
but
it to
just
finish.
feels-
But
oh.
yeah, I
just-
thought
it
you were
just
gonna
feels
I thought you were gonna play like Heavy Rain versus Black Ops, and like, no, fuck it. If it's designed for PS3, it looks better.
yeah.
But ports don't look better, in my opinion.
Wait,
We'll see.
what are you guys talking about? You played Heavy
Yeah, I
Rain
know,
on
I was kinda
Xbox and
confused.
PS3?
No, this whole time we've been talking, he's been putting together a comparison video to back up his argument of earlier's discussion that games on PS3 look better than games on Xbox. And I say no because they're developed for Xbox and ported to PS3.
Yeah.
So what he did is he played Black Ops on both, and I hope you put them side by side in a video, and he's sending me the
Nope.
file right now.
They'll not be you. You'll see
send me the
difference.
file, man. I want subs and views, bro. Subs and views. Come on.
It's not uploaded to YouTube, fool.
No,
Hey, man, I'll download anything.
Yeah.
Free content.
what
hell
would you guys say is the best trailer for a game or movie? No, actually leave that.
Racing
leave
games.
movie out.
Racing
Leave
games,
it.
best trailers ever. I swear to God.
Fallout, Lonesome Road. I just
Mhm.
don't know why.
Black
That gets
Ops
me
2.
pumped. I want to buy that thing so much.
I don't watch
Appophis?
a lot of trailers.
Do you not? I watch a lot of trailers. Don't play a lot of games. You know, it's.
Yeah,
it's
see, I
what about
play
you,
a lot
Sean?
of games. I don't watch a lot of trailers.
I
What
like
about you, Sean?
what I do like about trailers is I hate to go back to it, but the thing that COD does, where they like take real life actors and they kind of make
Yeah.
a funny commercial out of it, I really like those, which they're not really trailers because they're not so much showcasing the game as they are.
Yeah, but they're just like they're funny.
They're funny. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like those. I wish more games would do that. Could you imagine Mario
FPS
releases
Russia.
a commercial with like a dude in a Bowser costume rolling around?
Yeah,
making
like
shows?
they get Gabriel
So
Iglesias as his brother.
Yeah, oh my god, that would be epic.
Yeah.
It could be so much funny if all the other so much more funny.
Can I just say back to like what I was talking about Assassin's Creed? I think games, everybody likes customization. For example, Black Ops, you can customize your class, different guns, different weapons, different perks. Assassin's Creed Revelations, you had your different armor. Freaking car racing games. I have a Ferrari that is Nicki Minaj's Ferrari. It has Nicki Minaj painted all over it. Okay, in a racing game. And then you have Assassin's Creed 3, which is just...
Yeah, I think this is my friend's debate on it, actually. His thought was that playing Assassin's Creed was becoming too much of an RPG game, and that they wanted more kind of a... I know it sounds weird, but more of a linear experience out of it. I know that sounds bad, but that was my friend's argument, and I kind of agree with it as well. Because Assassin's Creed is not that kind of game.
Let me ask you this: did you like Assassin's Creed 1, the first one?
That's the only one I've played.
Right.
And I liked it. I loved it.
Right. Isn't that right? There was zero customization in Assassin's Creed 1, but it was probably the best one out of the series.
Yeah, but it's because I think partially comes to it that every time you gained a level, you went back to the old man, and he was like, oh, here's a knife, here's this, oh, here's a new tactic you can use, things like that. Assassin's Creed 3, it just gave it to you. You have everything at your disposal. And then the only thing that goes up is your health, which I find, okay, yeah, of course, because everything is getting harder, but come on, at least you should give me a new weapon, a new freaking boot, like, give me something, so therefore I could look cool. No, we're not.
Am I the only one that hates Assassin's Creed?
Yeah, probably.
I don't really like it.
It's just rinse and repeat. You assassinate someone, you go back. You assassinate someone, you go back. More quests.
That's
more
the
quests,
whole
more quests,
cool
more
thing.
quests.
It's free roam. It's
The
like
one thing-
There's three
GTA,
things
but
you
back
do in
in the day.
Assassin's Creed: blend in, assassinate this guy, and climb shit. Those are the only
Eavesdrop,
three things you do in
eavesdrop.
I
Assassin's
hate.
Yeah.
I
Then do you
hate
guys like Grand Theft
climbing.
Auto?
No.
Creed. No, I don't.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
No. Like, I'll play them,
Well-
like, don't get me wrong, I'll play them, but I can't put in the amount of time that some people put into them, because it's
Oh,
just
yeah,
too
I agree.
repetitive. It's just too,
Yeah, I
or it's
mean,
too repetitive.
Once I beat the game, I never play it ever again. Assassin's Creed, Grand Theft Auto, all I do is just drive around, try and kill some old women. But
That's
like,
what.
I get so bored in GTA. I just go around normal, stop at the lights.
Yeah.
And
Right.
I just
Let me see
like
Who here would prefer Saints Row 3 over Grand Theft Auto?
I would, because of the
Yeah,
co-op.
definitely.
If I could get another
There's
person who
humor in
has
it.
Saints Row 3 and do like a little like a playthrough of it. I'm not even saying for YouTube. I'm just saying so I could play with another person while going through the campaign. I find that awesome. I find that really cool because then like, oh man, get the banco, get the car, you know, one guy's shooting while I'm driving, and that's what's cool. I hate driving and shooting at the same time. That's gay. Because I can't always see where I'm going.
We got to back up. I got to debate this video here for a quick second.
Alright.
One, there was no Xbox footage.
yes, there was.
Oh, did you send
No,
it to?
there was you going through the menus,
Yeah, and then I
guide.
clicked that thing.
the Xbox guide, and two, you used the intro cutscene, not actual gameplay.
Oh, for fuck's
Therefore,
sake.
your point is moot.
Yeah.
I really need to do this.
Right.
Just packed everything away, man.
You don't have to do it again. You can just accept defeat.
I'm not going to accept defeat for something that's wrong.
No, Lewis doesn't do that. Yeah.
I don't
What were we talking
accept
about again?
defeat anyway. You beat
Yeah,
me.
what were-
You beat me in a 1v1. I will 1v1 you until I win. Done. That's the way I go.
What were we talking about again? Or
Saints Row
the
3,
video.
rinse repeat
Yeah.
games.
No, I prefer Saints Row 3 to Grand Theft Auto because Grand Theft Auto got too serious. That was always my dig. It got too serious with Grand Theft Auto.
San Andreas was the best Grand Theft Auto.
Yes. Yeah, a lot of people argue that, and I will agree. But just the fact that Saints Row 3, it was so much more fun to play than Grand Theft Auto 4. The opening, I mean, it takes maybe 5 seconds to get into a car in Grand Theft Auto 4. It takes less than 1 in Saints Row 3. Because at Saints Row 3 just
been through the thing. You just catapult into the car. I mean, that's what I was watching XCal's Let's Play, because like that's the only I don't have Saints Row, and I was watching his Let's Play, and I was like, man, this is really awesome. He just catapults into the car, and XCal, he's a brilliant player, and it was really awesome to see. Like even Borderlands.
Right here, you might want to wipe it off.
Don't make this a continued pun.
XCal kind of blew some nut on your mouth after you got done sucking his dick.
I knew there was nothing there. I knew it was going to be some kind of continued pun, like yeah. All right, I'm gonna take that Appophis because that was actually reasonably funny.
Oh,
feel free. It's not an original thought. None of my stuff is.
Anyways, he'll beat you, bitch. Anyways, he's a good player, and yeah. God damn it! I was supposed to say something and then not. Oh man.
I distracted him.
Freaking! Oh goodness! What was I supposed to say?
Don't know.
You're talking about dudes getting catapulted into cars. You're watching.
Yeah. And then I was going to Borderlands 2. How there's also that co-op feel, and you can play co-op and campaign. And I was really hoping that since like when Black Ops 2 came out, they're like, we revolutionized campaign, and I was like, hell yeah, man, get some co-op in there. That would be awesome. But no.
Yeah. No, not cool. Well, no, I was really excited first because on the way Call of Duty works on PC is that you get different menus. So you'll get like a different game for each part of the segment. So like how you start up, it'll say like campaign, zombies, and multiplayer. Yeah, you know how you get that on console. For PC, it's like a different game. It's like a different game for each one. So for instance, you could have the multiplayer installed and not the campaign and zombies, which I quite like that.
But like, come on, does it really make a difference?
It does to some people, just storage space. He was
We're back.
So is that technical issues on his end?
It's always this order. It's always this order.
I just don't understand what it does. I feel like I was once thinking maybe this is when it DDoSes me, but it never knocks me offline. It just suddenly it stops, kicks me.
Yeah, you don't have enough people that want to DDoS you.
Well, I know Kerr, he would DDoS me.
Only for Toulouse. No, I'm joking.
And so it just kicks me, and that's it. And then I just have to re-enter the Google Hangout link, and I'm back.
What about the stream though? Because we go off there.
All that happens in the stream is technical difficulties, and then it keeps on going.
Okay, that's good then.
Yeah. No one's watching the stream anyway, so come on.
No, my friends watch it afterwards. They don't watch it live. Some of them do.
Tell your friends to go sub to my goddamn channel then, motherfuckers.
Whoa there.
No, they're not like big. They're not big YouTube people. They're more.
They're more Milan.
They're more. No, they're more just. My friend's doing this, so I should watch it.
I see.
Oh. I'm their friend. They should watch me.
They have no idea who you are.
But I have an idea of who they are. Yeah.
Oh no, I was thinking about this. That I can't remember what it was called that got this into my head, but there's that idea of like someone, like two random people can be connected by 6 other people.
What?
Do you get what I'm saying? So you could
Yeah, I
take
understand
me,
what you're
you could
getting at.
you could take me and one other random person that's in a modern society in a first world country, and you could connect us through 6 different people. That's what's.
So are
that's-
you implying that everybody is connected through at least
Social media.
in some way?
Through
okay.
social media and that kind of thing. So, but Appophis, before I met you, there could have been some way that we could have been linked. That would have been through Nell, then through Milan, then through to you. That's how we would have linked.
Oh, look at that. Maybe Thomas some sex questions.
That's how. Well, what?
You're linked some way. Maybe you guys have the same mother.
Yeah,
Or
but
same.
and someone told me this. I was like, that's pretty scary. Well, it's not scary. I just think it's, it just shows you how much we're integrated into social media nowadays. I mean, I'm personally very integrated because, well, I've got nothing better to do, and also, it's kind of how I just talk to everyone. Because I don't really like texting, and it's not my thing. So, just Facebook seems to do it all. I don't see the point in Twitter. I really don't. Unless you're a celebrity, there's no point in Twitter, in my opinion.
People change on Twitter. People change on Twitter.
Yeah. Well, I can see why like YouTubers use Twitter, but I can't see why like maybe your best mate uses Twitter, and he's got like maybe 30 followers. It's not. There's no point to it.
Yeah.
It's overrated because I can see the opinion. I can see I can see the point of Twitter if he was like keeping up with like YouTubers and celebrities and everything that he wanted to. But if he was personally doing it because he wanted to let people know what he was doing, there's no point.
I agree.
In my opinion.
I agree 100%.
Yeah, man.
But then other people will argue the point to the they want to be Twitter famous. I think the term is, isn't it?
Twitter famous.
Yeah.
I have some people I know who they actually literally walked up to me and they're like, "Hey, follow me on Twitter," and I don't even know them.
Really?
And so I'm like, "All right, man, you're hot, so."
Yeah.
Come on, if a hot chick walks up to you and says, "Follow me on Twitter," and
you
all over her
guy.
Twitter, you just have her in a bikini, what are you gonna do?
You said a guy. Yeah. I said I had a guy walk up to me. That's why we were like, oh.
Hey man, I told you in the beginning I'm bisexual.
About that.
Yeah, but
You thought that? What?
Oh, I thought you said thought that. No, I thought you said something else. Not actually what you just said. Yeah, there's.
Oh goodness.
I think social. I personally hate social media. Like, I can't stand it. It pisses me off to a certain extent that nothing else could. If that, I don't know if that makes sense or not. But yeah, I see social media and I. Sorry.
No, continue, please.
Well, no, I just see the way that people use social media and I just get angry. Because I think social media should only be used to talk to people that you cannot talk to on a regular basis or you don't see. So maybe a friend that you maybe the friend that you're friends with before you went to uni or something, that kind of thing. To keep in touch with people,
Before you went to what?
Share, like before you went to university, like maybe a friend from your hometown where you moved away. There's stuff like that, and the only other thing I could think of would be media-wise, so like sharing music and videos and that kind of thing. I do not see the point.
Yeah,
I do not see the point for under 18-year-olds to have Facebook.
Well, Facebook. You have to have I have friends on Facebook because I moved away from my old town, Chicago. So I have friends to talk with them. That's why I have a Facebook. I have a Twitter because I have a YouTube channel. My Twitter is people from school. They're like I said the bro/girl who went up to me and said, "Follow me on Twitter." Like, I'm like, okay, but all you're gonna get, if you follow me back, you're gonna get spammed with video games.
Yeah.
That's about it, because it's like a business Twitter. Not that YouTube is really a business, but partially you can call it a business, because this is what I'm spending my good time on. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the same with a lot of things, but social media has got to an extent. Well, no, I think that if Mark Zuckerberg and all the other great developers of social media were to look back, or were to know what happened, and if we're to look back, I don't think they would like what they'd see. I think personally that this is not what they would want it to be used for. Because if you look at the stereotypical like Facebook girl, it's like a 10-year-old slut, isn't it?
Hey.
Oh, not even possible.
But those sluts, I once saw a commentary by the Dr. Charlton. He gave me some good tips why you need them.
Sluts.
Yeah, to jack off.
Okay, but no, that's not.
You go on your Facebook, you look at your friends, and you're just like.
I do not use Facebook as a material to.
I don't either, but I know people who do.
I'm
just saying.
I don't. Facebook's
social
not really
network is stupid.
Yeah, that social media, which is what my argument was.
I wasn't even listening. I was just focusing on rendering videos out for Appophis.
Yeah, what is this you guys have going? Is it some kind of little grudge match?
I know that PS3 looks a little bit better.
It doesn't. You ever watch Netflix?
Videos that prove you wrong. So I'm not worried about it.
6 minutes remaining. You're gonna see.
I've seen a lot of videos where they put them side by side, not one after another, but side by side, like this. And Xbox.
Yeah, but that could be biased, though.
How?
That could be. But he could have edited the Xbox footage.
He could have edited You could have edited the Xbox one and made it worse.
Why would I do that?
Exactly.
Why wouldn't you do that? Because you wanted to show your point.
I'm not going to cheat to prove my point on a podcast.
Hey man, you have oily men touching each other in the background, and you want me to believe you that you
have a picture of children. Yeah.
You have a picture of the Pope. Right?
Because I'm Christian. I'm a Roman Catholic, so I have a picture of the Pope. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with being religious, you racist bastard?
Religion is not a race. Jeez.
Jesus. Oh my God, you want to go back to what I said yesterday, and you want me to call you a religious bastard? Huh.
Dude,
come on, then. Oh, you're fucking religious.
Jesus Christ. Hate when people correct me. It freaking pisses me off so much.
I'm glad you're not stupid then, because I think you would have died by now.
No, I'm serious. When people correct me about the most stupidest stuff, it just makes me want.
No, the worst thing is an arrogant, stupid person. That is like the worst, because they think that they're right.
I know one. Oh, I mentioned this girl a couple of times on this podcast, but. She went up to my friend and she looks at his music and she's like, "Oh my God, what is this for a trio?" And that was the name of the piece of music. And he's like, "No, it's a duet." And she's just like, "It's a trio, dumbass."
Yeah.
And he slapped her because he's a very musical.
Domestic violence is always applauded.
Hey man, women beaters are welcome.
No,
in
they're
my
not.
neighborhood.
Well, you're living in the wrong neighborhood.
Oh, dude, I live in the hood, man. I live in a very overlord-looking community. That's actually the first time I actually seen Overlord.
Is it?
I thought it was white.
Did you know he was black, or were you like, oh shit?
I was kind of. I didn't know he was that black.
What do you mean you didn't know he's that black?
I thought he was just black as in your usual 400 years being here, like 9th generation in America black person. Not straight from freaking Nigeria.
That's-
part of this
You've
one.
got some problems, mate.
I'm
to
leaving
sort
this
out.
one alone.
I don't know if you
Uh,
took some pills or something today that have made you like extra racist, but I think you've got a lot of those subs and views have gone down. I think you'll find.
The profile
Yeah.
picture on your Skype is of Hitler. I can get past that. But then
It's
you
not,
talk
it's
about
actually fat
Chinese
people.
people.
It's actually
no.
fat people.
Yeah,
It's
he
actually
changed
fat
it.
people.
You
It
change
was Hitler for like a day though.
and then you talk about Chinese people. And then you
What's
talk about
wrong?
black
So you're
people.
saying it would be kind of racist if I didn't talk about them, if I purposely tried to ignore them.
Oh,
That's
shut
just-
up.
that's
There's no way of justifying your
that's
racism.
stupid logic.
No, it's not
That is-
stupid logic. It's logical, because if I wanted to talk about them and I would be racist, I wouldn't talk about them because I'm racist. I'm like, I'm not going to give this whole culture
Listen,
over
your-
here in the
your
world, I'm not going to
argument-
give them some views. No,
argument
but
is
I
going
did because
so-
I'm not racist,
No,
so I don't
that
care.
no, that's actually that's reminded me of something. No, that's a clever racist's point of view. But no, the thing is, people
You're
don't
not
understand.
clever.
He is. It's to a certain degree. But no, the thing is,
You
you
just
know
got
how
it off the internet, Kurt.
I
I
don't
got
care.
it off the internet?
I don't care. But
I
like,
got it
you-
off my logic. I saw it in a movie, actually.
I bet you exactly you saw it in a movie. It's
Yeah,
still
except
media.
it was about
Still
homos.
media.
you guys know
So
how
you watch
like,
gay stuff?
No, I watched 21 Jump Street. And that's
That's
where I
not-
got it from, actually.
That's not homos.
Yeah, because remember when the guy punches the gay black kid in the face, and he's like, "What, you homophobic?" And he's like, "Well, actually, he would be kind of homophobic by not punching him in the face." There you go. There's my logic.
Anyway,
Yeah.
as I was saying, that's brought me to another like subject that's always pissed me off. You know how on YouTube, like viral videos that don't really deserve to get viral, kind of like did you guys have £1 fish or £6 fish?
No.
I've heard
Did you
about it.
Yeah, right. You have to admit that's the most idiotic and stupid video known to man.
Never seen it. Don't
I
want to see
never
it.
saw it, but I've heard the
The concept of it was this. It was yes. It's same with that. Is that people don't understand that if they don't watch the videos, it doesn't get money, doesn't get views, therefore doesn't get popular. Because that I seem to be the only person that's realized this. Because people were like, "Oh, Kerr, have you seen this £1 fish?" If you don't know already, £1 fish is basically an Indian guy singing about how his fish is cheaper than the rest. That is it. And it's got a catchy beat where he goes £6, £5, £1 fish. That is it. And basically, all my mates were like, "Oh, Kerr, go watch it. It's funny." I'm like, "No, I've seen it once. I don't need to see it again. I'm not going to support it because every time I view it, they get money." And they're like, "No, don't." I was like, "Yeah, it's how YouTube works, and it's why it's still popular." And
It's
they're
gotta
just
be-
But
like,
now you're
unique
going.
view.
See, now I could call you racist, because just because this Indian man wanted to
No,
make
because
some
I
money
don't-
off of
no.
YouTube, and he was Indian, you didn't want to watch his video again to support the
no,
man.
I didn't
would
watch
be
his
racist
videos. No, I didn't watch his videos because I didn't want to support the idea of stupid stuff
Oh,
getting
is that
famous.
so? Oh, because if this was a freaking UK person doing this, you'd
No.
be so. Oh yeah,
No, it wouldn't be.
go brother,
no, it
go
wouldn't. No, it wouldn't be.
fellow UK person.
No, it
But
wouldn't
no,
be.
if this is an Indian man trying to make $1, you're just being it's not supporting you.
No,
I
no.
personally
no matter,
didn't support Gangnam Style because I hate that song. I swear to God, every time
So
I
you
hear
hate
it,
Koreans. So you hate
Yes.
Koreans. There you
I
go.
told-
You're
dude, we already know we
collapsing.
hate. I hate Asians, even though my best friend's Asian. But come on.
Dude, no, that doesn't make any sense. What I'm saying is, I viewed the video. I didn't view the video because I
Yeah.
didn't want to support the
No,
fact.
you didn't want
that
to
it was
support
made.
the Indian man.
No,
You did-
no matter
you
Yes.
no matter what his nationality, I wouldn't have watched the video.
Oh, is that so? I'm gonna make a video like that. Let's see if you support me.
I won't support you because I don't find this a clever idea and that should be supported. Because that's the thing with
believe
YouTube. People on YouTube, people with real talent, don't get noticed. It's the stupid people and the dumb talents, not dumb talents, like the fails. That's what gets noticed. I clicked him. I found him annoying. I didn't watch any of the rest of his videos. But I just
Alright,
think that
that's
YouTube
boring.
needs to be more centered around actual skill than
Logic.
fail.
Logic. Like, for me, not being racist towards Asians. That's the logic.
Is it?
Yeah, pretty much.
I thought it was common sense.
Well, me not being racist, not me being racist.
Oh, shut up with this argument, alright? This
no,
argument
you
pathetic.
shut up because you just said
This
it's common
argument is
sense.
pathetic. You
You're
said that
pathetic.
your argument collapses on yourself. You said
Touching
this.
each other in the background.
Oh, shut the fuck up, right? You got the Pope, alright? He's worse. He's
And you have two
he's a
men. I have
pedophile.
one man.
At
I
least
have
mine is
one.
grown
I
men,
have one
right? Yours is
pedophile, and you
pedophile.
have two grown men. This is an old man. He is an old person. You have two young men, buff, touching each other with red gloves on. So not only are they cold, but they're trying to warm each other up with gloves. Okay, so please do not give me your crap.
Right, drop it. Right,
You are real stupid, man.
yeah, drop it. Right, Appophis.
What's up?
Have you played? Right, what do you think about movies? What do you think about video games becoming movies and vice versa?
No, don't do it.
I feel like
Because
it's
it's very
a
heated
very
and
hard thing to pull off.
Yes,
And 90% of the time, the game is better than the movie. The exception to that, I'm gonna say, is Hitman. Hitman was a badass movie, and it's a badass game.
is it a
Agreed.
movie?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was
there's
a game
movie.
first, then they made the movie. But like, if you look at Resident Evil sucks dick
Yeah, I was gonna.
compared to the game. Point blank.
I think I have to admit I liked some of the Resident Evil films, but the majority of them were crap. I think I liked.
But it has nothing to do with the game. That's the thing. And the Hitman movie
Yes.
has everything to do with the game.
I didn't know there was a Hitman movie.
You need to watch it. You're missing out.
There was, dude. I agree. That is a funny movie where like they're in the not a funny movie. What am I saying? That is a good movie when they're like in the train and they all drop their guns and they're just doing the samurai swords thing. That I found that cool. That's pretty awesome.
No, I think my favorite, but no, that's what I was thinking. Because when I was a kid, I was really into video games when I was a kid. I would always look back, I would always watch a movie, and I would think about, and I would say, hey, what if this was a video game? This was when I didn't know about game developers and everything, and I just planned it all out in my head, and I thought it'd be awesome. See, because I watched The Scorpion King, and I just thought, you know what, this would be a kick-ass game. Because you just have certain mechanics in the game that could make it work and do everything. And this was me being an innocent. It would have never worked, would it? But that thing would always pop up in my head when I would watch a movie. I'd be like, hey, this could make a kick-ass game. That was regardless of whether the film was good or not.
Yeah, a lot of the times though, movies made in the games, the game is way shitty. I think if you make if you make the game first, the movie ends up shitty. If you make the movie first, the game ends up shitty. Look at Avatar.
Yeah, it works on both.
Yeah.
Avatar was a shit movie anyway. They're both
Hey,
equal.
look at
If you
look at
the
Transformers.
cinematography,
Look at the video game
storyline,
Transformers.
sure. But if you look
True,
at the
that is
cinematography
actually true.
and all the filming, Avatar was a good movie.
Yeah.
No, I
I
don't
was-
know Avatar.
I was
thought it
expecting
stupid. Everyone
The
was saying,
Transformers
"Oh,
video
it's just
game.
New story. No,
to
it's not
be-
a
So
story.
focus
You've
on
heard the story
Look
before.
at the filming. Look at the filming. Look at the camera work. That's
Oh,
what I'm talking about.
fuck off.
That's
they,
what makes
they
it a
all
good
look,
movie.
They all look exact same. They're
No,
just
they don't.
blue guys,
No,
alright? They're
they
just
don't.
guys in a blue
It's not the
costume.
people.
with
It's the way
CGI.
it's shot. It's the camera angles.
Yeah,
It's
that's
The
an
camera
ignorant.
angle.
Yeah,
Is that what really gets you excited about?
yeah.
Yes.
When I watch
Camera,
movies, I do film analysis. Yes. When I watch
Yes.
movies, I don't care
Go
about
on
the story.
I just watched the film. I didn't-
xnxx.com, and if you will see a bad camera angle, you will get pissed.
Well, I
Trust
thought
me.
Avatar was an awful movie. I thought it was just boring, it was too long, and it's just drawn out, and the final fight
There
was
was
just
like a
shit.
20-minute battle. How is that boring?
It was boring. It's just some ship shooting a thing, and then the fucking guy he gets knocked out, and then this massive good guy seems to win the fight because he's bigger
Which
than
good
the
guy?
other.
Massive?
I
What
don't
are
know,
you
the
looking
main-
at when you
the guy
when
that
you
goes
get
in there?
massive?
I don't know, turns into some blue Hulk or some shit. I
See,
don't know.
there you go. Camera angles again. You were looking at the wrong angle. Now you're calling
You
the guy
can't
massive.
look at the wrong angle. It's a fixed fucking angle.
Yes, you can. Get him from the rear.
Okay, so if it's a fake angle, look at Monsters Inc. That
It's
movie,
a fixed angle. You
No, it's
can't
not.
move around in the telly and watch it.
No, oh my God, no, it's not.
I'm not
You
talking
can-
about your angle.
You can pitch the camera angle in editing
the hell have you
software.
ever
I could
seen
do it in a Call of Duty video if I wanted.
I will
tilt the
actually
screen.
do it in a Call of Duty
You
video.
can
I will
change
show
the
you right
angle that the
now.
light refracts. When
So
you
you can
when you
change the
when you
angles
add
of
artificial
movement.
light, you can change the angle it refracts. You can change how much it refracts, where the lens
No, you
flares are.
can't.
You can change all of that, and that's
No,
what
you
makes a
can't.
good or a bad movie. Yes, you can.
Wait a minute. So you can change angles? I've never seen a circle TV in my life.
We're not talking about your TV. We're talking about
Yes.
cameras.
So,
Yes,
so let's say I'm
cameras.
watching a film. Let's say I'm watching a film, right? You're saying I can change the angles with my.
No,
Watch this.
not
Watch,
you.
watch. No, I got
DVD
it.
camera.
Look at your computer screen right now. You're
Yeah.
looking at me. I am not in a straight-on angle, am I? My face isn't straight onto the camera.
Yeah. So
Now
what?
it is. Oh, now it's not. I am changing the angle right now. You can do that
doesn't
with
change
film.
a thing.
Your
That
screen is still flat. Yes, it does. The angle you view me is different. You can do that
Look at
with
this.
film.
Watch.
So what?
No. Watch this. I will rock your world. Watch
What
this.
is that meant to
Oh,
do? What is that
oh,
meant to prove?
Oh.
What's that meant to prove?
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
It's not even an
man.
angle.
Oh,
That's just
Oh.
changing where the fucking camera is.
oh, no. No, you're seeing me
You're
from like
changing the
this.
camera angles. You can do the same thing in a software like 3D Studio Max, which was what
So-
they use to animate Monsters Inc. There's different camera
Oh.
angles. I could
Well,
go
yeah.
add a lens flare in Call of Duty videos and completely change
Yeah,
the
because
light.
it's video
Watch,
editing.
watch,
That's post-recording. You can't
Oh,
get
That's
some
what
footage.
makes a good movie. That's cinematography.
You
I know.
cannot
You have
get
80
a
cents.
It
movie.
must give you a
You
headache to argue
cannot-
with your stupid self, right?
You
When
can't.
you're yelling at a wall, it must fuck your head up. You're
You
tell
can-
look up, do a Google search on what cinematography is. Get
You
back to me when you're
cannot.
educated on the subject, and then try
You
to have an intellectual discussion.
Not film something on a camera,
just
camera,
admit it.
and then
You
change
lost.
the angle
You
of
lost
the camera.
the fight. Okay,
Well,
you
it's
are what the type of
just
people that
fucking-
piss me off, right? Because just like that kid I made in one commentary when he was talking about, oh, I drove a Porsche 200 miles per hour. No, you didn't. Okay, because I am educated on the subject of automobiles. I know which Porsches go 200 and which Porsches don't. And when you tell me there's a car in the
I
U.S.
don't
that
think
has
there's
never
any-
actually been in the U.S., I will know that. Okay,
No,
and same thing with here. Matt knows cinematography, and you don't. Stop arguing with him when he knows what it does and can't do. When he has valid points, and all you can say is, "I don't have a circular TV." Jesus Christ.
Listen, Micztor. I don't think anyone gives a shit about a car right now.
Micztor, what would have made that all more special if right before that big speech there, you should have just went, now let's just open this can of whoop-ass. And then just at the end, just went,
Just
Choked.
be like, oh, let me just drink a little bit of beat your ass.
yeah, pretty much. I thought it was
You know, like
pretty
Popeye's little broccoli, wherever he gets Mars from.
Yeah. Nah, Popeye just masturbates too much.
No, but so here's what you're saying, right? This camera, I can take this camera,
You can.
off, and then
Yes.
I film this.
You can.
Then it's
those
shut
are your
the fuck
rights.
up. Let me speak.
It's
I
not-
let
it's
you
not-
speak.
It's
I let you
deciding
speak.
the proper angle to film it in the first place. That
That's
ties in the cinematography.
Oh shit! All right.
Right,
You
so
need to
that's what
change
makes
the
a good
angle.
movie.
Look, there you go. There's
Right,
the
that's
angles
what makes
right
a good
there.
movie. If
Change the
I
angles,
if I
yes or
film
no, there
if
you
I
go.
film you right now with your webcam, this is a decent angle. If you tilt your webcam down to your fucking boots and you're looking at your feet, that's a shitty angle. But we're still filming the same thing. It's about choosing the right angles. That's what makes a good or a bad movie.
Look at
If you were
different
watching a
angle.
porno, would you rather watch a porno where you're looking up the guy's asshole the whole time, or would you rather look at some titties? It's the same porno, but one of them is better than the other one because of how it's filmed.
Exactly. I made that
must
reference. I
lie.
told him to go on to xnxx.com and look at this.
That's the best porn website ever.
Unfortunately, that's probably the best metaphor you could have used. That's the unfortunate part.
and that's the shit that sets good movies apart from the rest.
So,
Like, dude, that's why Resident Evil is a shit movie. Their camera angles suck. The lighting sucks. The CGI sucks. The movie might have a good story behind it, but the film aspect of it, the cinematography, looks like a third grader did it.
okay, look. Let's say an angle was here, and then an angle was here. So you can instantly say, oh yeah, the second one's better.
No, the first one was better because you were looking at me when you were talking.
I will take out my math notes and I will prove you that you can have different angles in a circle or on a square.
Micztor, what is your math grade?
My math grade? I'm actually taking 11th grade math right now. What about you?
I'm A-star.
What do you mean?
We live in fucking America here.
A+.
Your grade. I have an A in math.
Exactly, shut fuck up, right? Here we go.
The thing that pisses me off about Resident Evil is the fact that it takes some bits from the games and some bits that aren't. I mean, stick to it, because the problem is they have, like, in the first one, they have the mansion and everything, but it's a different storyline. And then in the 5th Resident Evil game, in the 4th Resident Evil film, which is Afterlife, they take a fight from the 5th Resident Evil film, which is like part of the main storyline, and it's like, the fuck are you doing? If you're gonna you either make up your own fights and make up your own thing, or stick to the video game, because that was the thing. They always cross-reference it, and it was like two different parallel universes just crossing across each other.
Yeah, I agree. Same like when they take Harry Potter books, right, and they make it into the movie. It pisses me off when I like read the book and it was awesome, and then you have this thing where it suddenly just like changes. I'm like, that didn't happen.
Yeah.
Harry Potter shit.
What's wrong with you? Hey, did you just call Harry Potter bullcrap? I will punch you in your titties.
You wouldn't reach.
You want to bet? I'll punch it in those man titties you have in the background.
That's not me, is it?
Can we stop referring back to the poster?
I'll punch all 3 of them. Oh.
Anyway,
You think there's 3?
Anyway, it's just, yeah, that was the thing that always that's the thing that pisses me off about books and films as well, because they miss out some of the key vital components and try and put their own little sneaky thing in there, which isn't as good. See, like in the Hunger Games, has anyone here read the Hunger Games and seen the film?
I've seen the film, haven't read it, but I've heard the book was a million times better.
Yes, basically, there was a whole story behind the little pin that she gets, like the symbol of the Hunger Games, that little circular with the bird in it. That's a huge storyline bit in the book. In the book, it's basically the mayor's daughter, who is really scared and really shy for her, gives this to her as a symbol to have in the Hunger Games, to remember her hometown and remember District 12. In the film, it's just something she finds in a factory and pins on there. You know, they miss out like basically half a chapter's worth of goodness and emotional strength, and change in the film. They just change it, and I don't like that when they do that with films. And to be honest, Resident Evil just pinnacles that for me, because they take bits from the film and take bits from the game and then just mold them together and see what happens. Sure, it's cool when they do it nicely, which is the fight. They did it like angle to angle, perfect, like the fight that they copied from Resident Evil 5, and it was good. The fight was good, but it didn't belong in the story, in my opinion, which what really annoyed me.
Okay, can I ask you just a quick question? Considering, is that a bookshelf behind you?
That is a big bookshelf.
Do you read a lot?
My parents do. I don't. I'm not really a reader. Yeah, that's all the books that we own.
Damn. I'm just saying.
Sorry, that's my microphone and printer, edge of printer. Yeah, that stuff there is actually work stuff. That's like my work stuff at school and etc. Yeah, this is because I have my desk's actually the one over there. This is my working desk, to say the least.
All right, so you guys think it's a good time to wrap up?
I think it'd be a good time. I think it'd be good.
It's like almost 9 o'clock.
Yeah, you got
2 in the morning.
2 hours.
Yeah, 2 hours in the morning.
Yeah, so yeah, guys, that was episode number 5. We had some racism, some next gen.
We had pure racism from Micztor.
Yeah. I'm not associated with that racism.
Yeah.
So please go over to my
Blatant,
channel and
blatant,
subscribe.
pure, honest racism from Micztor.
I was not pure. That was not pure. I'm defending myself. You don't
From
see me
what?
walking around with a KKK hat.
I'm sure if you could, you would.
Sure,
Shut
you've
up.
thought about it.
I actually did.
Yeah, there you go.
Nobody's gonna reach to this point in the podcast, anyways. So yeah.
They might just skip to the end, you never know.
Yeah,
No.
you're gonna
they
get
won't.
all kinds of inbox messages tomorrow, and you're like, "What the fuck? They watched it?"
Yeah, man.
If you watch it, please leave in the comment section below. Screw you, bastard. And we'll see if you watched it. Alright. So yeah, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Any last words from the three of you guys?
Suck a dick.
I'm right.
Remember, if you come across the baby monkey, put it in a slingshot, fling it against the wall, it goes, and it's fucking awesome.
What the fuck?
And donkey punch a baby.
I eat dead babies.